Hey, what's up, YouTube? This was a damn good episode of Raw. I'm thoroughly impressed. But before I get into that, I gotta reveal the winners of the contest for the co-host positions on the upcoming radio show. LL Cool, JJJ, Jabari, Chris Talk Show Rule, Icon Matthew 1, and Sir Giggles. Everybody else that submitted your videos, submitted interest, thank you so much. I'm going to try to get you involved in the show one way or another. But, those for LL Cool, JJ Jabari, Sir Giggles, Icon Matthews 1, Chris Talk Show Rule. There you go. And I'm going to be in contact with you guys later on. This episode of Raw was a damn good episode of Raw. Starting out straight from the great gate, Ric Flair is already out in the ring. He accepts Chris Jericho's challenge for his match at WrestleMania 25 with Jimmy Snuka, Roddy Piper, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Jericho, he's in the production booth, and he kind of did some, see, I know WWE is watching my videos now because, I said in my last Raw review that, I gave some suggestions that what Chris Jericho should have said to make that, give an extra knockout punch in his whole feud with the Legends. But then he went on to say, something like that. He went on to talk about how, 25 years ago when he was almost a kid, he remembered watching all three of these guys at the first WrestleMania and how, that was then and this is now, and how they're all washed up has-beens, and this isn't the movies, this is real. So basically that was some of the same things I was saying. One thing led to another. Chris Jericho and Ric Flair ended up being face to face in the ring. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Chris Jericho socks Ric Flair. Then Ric Flair pouring out blood. So all the people that were, pissed off that you haven't seen blood in a while, Ric Flair busted open hard way. I don't know if you're actually happy with that because, he did get busted open hard way, like I said, but this was one of the worst beatings I've seen. Chris Jericho, he just laid Ric Flair out, humiliated him, stripped off his clothes, not everything, but his shirt, his shoes, his socks, hit him in the head with the camera and everything. He was basically laid out, and it ended up him being just laid out on the floor, blood pouring out, and Chris Jericho takes the watch that Ric Flair had got from Shawn Michaels after their match at WrestleMania 24 last year. He takes it, puts it on the steel steps, starts stomping it. And like I said, this is one of the worst beatings, I've ever seen. First match of the night, Jeff Hardy versus Dolph Ziggler in an Extreme Rules match. Jeff Hardy defeats Dolph Ziggler. This was a pretty good match, even though it was really, really quick. Dolph Ziggler, I saw a little bit of athleticism from him. Jeff Hardy, he basically dominated most of the match. He gets the win. Then he delivers a, short promo, but it's probably one of his best. Matt, he says, Matt, I know you're watching, and what you just saw was not extreme, but what you experienced at WrestleMania 25 will be. That was the end of it. Good job, Jeff Hardy. Next, John Cena, he delivers a promo. Basically, he's doing a poem. He's not in the arena because he has an appearance on the Tonight Show tonight, but he's on the Titantron, and he's giving a poem about Vicky Guerrero and her being injured again. I wish I could have had some lines from this, but I was so disturbed when I saw this, my attention was gone. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a picture of his supposed, what Vicky Guerrero and Edge's child would look like. This is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life. The right side of the face, from our point of view, it looks sloppy. It looks deformed. The left side looks like it's paralyzed or something. And one of my subscribers said it looked like the Great Khali, and it really does look like the Great Khali. Yeah, for humanity's sake, I hope these two don't have children if this was gonna come out looking like. But yeah, let's leave that up on the screen for a while. Second match of the night, the Money in the Bank participants: Christian, Kofi Kingston, and MVP. Christian, Kofi Kingston, MVP, and CM Punk defeat Shelton Benjamin, Mark Henry, Kane, and Finlay. This was a pretty good match. Christian, I think he was in the ring for most of the match for his team, and he ended up hitting the kill switch, or as we all know it, the unprettier on Shelton Benjamin, thus leading his team to a win. Third match tonight, I didn't really see a lot of it. I heard it ended in a disqualification. Big Show versus Edge. Chavo Guerrero interfered and everything. Edge ended up accidentally spearing Chavo. Big Show knocked Edge out. I had to take my dog outside, because when faced with the choice, whether I wanted to watch this match or whether I wanted to get some pee on my carpet, or whether I wanted to prevent pee getting on my carpet, I went with the second choice. Fourth match tonight, Rey Mysterio versus William Regal. Rey Mysterio ends up winning this match against William Regal. Rey Mysterio, he was taunting JBL, who was sitting at the commentator's table. Next, we have a promo by Undertaker. He's talking about Shawn Michaels and everything. Then it's interrupted by HBK on the Titantron. He's in this graveyard setting, and he's going down the list of opponents that that Undertaker has. Oh, let me take this off. I forgot it was still on. I forgot this thing was still on. But yeah. He's going down his list of opponents that Undertaker has had, all who have fallen at the hands of the Undertaker at WrestleMania. And Shawn Michaels goes on to say that he will not be one of these people that falls to the Undertaker. But yeah, he there's this grave there, and he says, this grave isn't for me. This grave is for Undertaker's winning streak at WrestleMania. And then he goes on to say, Undertaker's winning streak at WrestleMania will rest in peace. He kicks the tombstone in the grave. It says 16-1. So 16 wins, 1 losses. That's what it stands for. He kicks that in the grave, and he shows dirt on it, and that's the end of that. Undertaker comes back on camera. He's looking totally pissed off. Like, you can tell that HBK is playing mind games with the Undertaker, and they are working. Undertaker, HBK, he has the upper hand in this feud. He's really getting the best of the Undertaker right now. Next, we have Santino. He comes down to the ring with Beth Phoenix and Rosa Mendez, and he says he should be allowed to be in the 25 Diva Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25 because, that's sexual discrimination. Why has he been withheld from this match? Because of his genitalia, all that stuff like that. So then he goes on to say that Vicky Guerrero made a match between him and Mickie James tonight, and if he could win this match against Mickie James, one hand tied behind his back, that he will be in the 25 Diva Battle Royal, and this will go to show that he is man enough to be Miss WrestleMania. I guess he wasn't man enough because he ended up losing the match against Mickie James. She beats Santino, and yeah, I was wondering what would be the point of doing this match if you weren't going to actually put him in WrestleMania in the 25 Diva Battle Royal, besides the fact for a little entertainment on Raw. But yeah, next we have Jerry the King Lawler. He calls out Chris Jericho. He says, you got a problem with legends. You want to go around beating up on legends. Here's one you haven't beaten up on. I'll see you next week. Basically, that was the whole thing in that. Next, we were supposed to have the main event of the night, Triple H versus Ted DiBiase and Randy Orton. The match did not end up going on because the ref couldn't even, signal for the bell to be rung. Guys went at it, from the beginning, going at it, beating each other up and everything. Triple H had the upper hand at the beginning, so when he has, a little time, he tries to go under the ring to get the sledgehammer, but Cody Rhodes is under there. He attacks Triple H and everything. There, it's a 3-on-1. Once again, like we saw on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. But this time they handcuff Triple H to the top rope, so his arm is handcuffed to the top rope and everything. And Randy Orton then goes on to say the one person that has the power to save you, she isn't here yet. He says something like that, but then Triple H is going crazy trying to get loose. Randy Orton grabs the sledgehammer. He didn't do it where he had his hand on the end. He had the sledgehammer like fully extended like this, about to hit Triple H in the head with the sledgehammer. But that's when Stephanie McMahon runs down to the ring, and I'm thinking, what the hell did she run down to the ring for? Like, okay, she could probably handle Cody Rhodes' scrawny ass, but besides that, I don't see what good she would have done by running down to the ring. But yeah, she goes down there anyway, and she doesn't serve it any good. She gets a DDT from Randy Orton with her legs held up on the second rope. So it was a more lethal form of DDT. She's laid out flat. Triple H is going crazy. He starts crying and everything, you know. This was a sight to see, but yeah, then out of nowhere, Randy Orton bends down right to Stephanie McMahon's face and kisses her. I was like, what the hell? This segment just had a lot of OMG moments. Back and forth, and yeah, Triple H was going crazy once again, and this was another one of those like in a steel cage a couple of days ago where you were that close to your enemy and you cannot touch him. Triple H was just, his hand was about that close from Randy Orton's face, but he could not touch him because he was handcuffed. But yeah, that's when Randy Orton hits Triple H in the head with the sledgehammer, and you know, that's the end of that Raw. It was a pretty good episode of Raw. That's where I'll end this review. Time running out. Peace out.